Dondero spent a lot of time breaking down what we thought was going to be a long audition for Drake Maye yesterday, and we got 7 snaps, 3 runs, 3 passes, and a penalty for Drake Maye.
T-Mac, good to be with you. I am upset, and I've tried to rally my emotions since last night, coming on the show with you. I don't know what I was watching. I don't know why I witnessed Drake Maye play 3 snaps or whatever it was. It was more than 3 snaps. Throw the ball 3 times. I was looking for more. I wanted more. I wanted to see more. Most people wanted more, and I was upset about this whole thing. I don't know the reason. The reason that I've heard regarding the offensive line, was that it? He didn't want to be out there with the offensive line? That's unacceptable to me, okay? This is a situation. What are you? Who is this guy? Is he the number 3 overall pick? Are they breeding him to play, or are they breeding him to be a long-term project, a redshirt season? I don't know what we're talking about. Now, my hope is, okay, this is the only takeaway that makes any kind of sense to me. My hope is that this plan was put in place because they want him to start. Like week 1 or week 2. Like, is that too bold for me to say? Why else would you treat him like a starter if you're not going to plan to potentially start him? That's the only thing that makes any type of logical sense to me, because other than that, the quarterback needs to play. He's a project. The footwork, the accuracy. How many times did we hear last night about a clean operation? If I heard that phrasing one more time, I was going to throw something. He needs to play. He plays in practice. He gets the reps. I need to see him play. Okay, this is a game. This is where guys are tackling you. And don't tell me about he wanted to be in there with the first-team offensive line, because how many first-teamers did the Panthers play? It cancels it out, okay? He's in there with backups. They're playing with backups, the Panthers, the opponent. Get him in there and get him reps. I thought it was, like a lot of people, I thought it was a waste. Why wouldn't you play him? He needs reps. He's a football player. Play the football player. Let the football player play football to improve. Okay, I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know how much time we think we have. Is this there's no way that this group is going to allow for Drake Maye. And what I mean is there's no way that Jerod Mayo and Elliott Wolf too, I think, are going to be patient enough with Drake Maye if the noise gets too loud. They're going to play him. And I just don't understand why. That was a good opportunity to play him, and they didn't play him. And that made me upset, and I'm sorry. I just went off there. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I mean,
look, that frustrating night if you're a Patriots fan. You wanted to see the number 3 overall pick. And again, we've been talking about sort of this, Maye not having the opportunity with the first-team offense. Bertrand's been kind of hammering that throughout training camp. You thought this was going to be sort of your first real look at Maye with live bullets in there. And again, he winds up playing 7 snaps. Mike Reese tweeted it out last night. Top rookie quarterbacks since 2021 and how many snaps they played in their preseason opener. Justin Fields, 33. Mac Jones, 33. Kenny Pickett, 32. Will Levis, 30. Trey Lance, 29. Anthony Richardson, 29. Zach Wilson, 22. Kyle Trask, 21. Trevor Lawrence, 15. CJ Stroud, 12. Bryce Young, 11. Drake Maye, 7. Drake Maye had the fewest snaps for any young quarterback coming in with expectations since 2021 in that first preseason game. And to your point, I know Jerod Mayo alluded to it in terms of the offensive line and wanting to protect this kid and protect this player. That's fine. Greg Bedard was on postgame with Joe Murray and Leroy Irvin and brought up the fact that second unit, that second offensive line that came in there, 53 career starts between them. So there is experience in that second offensive line, that second unit for the offensive line. It was 53 starts, and then your 2 rookies that were in there as well. Against a Carolina defense that played 1 starter all night, to your point. So, look, to me, this goes back to Jerod Mayo trying to separate himself from Bill Belichick, trying to be overprotective of a quarterback after seeing what happened with Mac Jones and the disaster that was and him not being able to handle adversity. It just feels like to me right now we're over-parenting Drake Maye and not allowing this kid to take the training wheels off, give him an opportunity here to sort of prove himself, and you're just kind of too scared to let this kid play. At some point, you have to take the training wheels off and give the kid an opportunity to play. I know we all know he's a project, right? Coming in a little bit raw, doesn't even have the collegiate experience that some of these other young quarterbacks have. I get all that. At some point, he has to get the experience. He has to play. And to only play 7 snaps yesterday. Like, what are we doing?
And I'm not even talking about from a fan's perspective, even though that is at play here. I'm talking about from a football perspective.
The development.
It's not practice. And I know Drake Maye said that practice is more important than the games. Whatever. This is, in a game, you have an opportunity to do something that you don't have to do in practice. It's real life. You're actually going to get tackled. They're going full I don't care if it's a second teamer, third teamer. They're going full tilt to try to get to you. You have the clock to man. I mean, all those things are real in a game. The cameras are on. The fans are there. That's real football. That's as close as you're going to get to real football. And I don't understand why they wouldn't want to put him in a position to get some tape, to go back to the tape, to review the tape, to get better from that. That's part of the process and a key part of the process. I'm going to just ask you one thing, please. Drake Maye, Elliott Wolf, Patriots, please. The only thing I'm asking, I don't want to watch a high school offense this year. That's all I'm asking. Okay, I don't want to see screens and swing passes and running the ball. Everybody, please just have an NFL operation where you throw the ball down the field and you do dynamic play action passes. At least try. I can't if this is another year of running plays and throwing the ball 2 yards and Zavarian offense, I can't do it. This is an NFL team with the number 3 overall pick. You've got people that can catch. You've got players that can play. I'm a believer in this roster. I think the rookies are going to be good. I think the tight end is competent. I don't think the offensive line is as dismal as people are saying. I think they can be good, and I think that they can surprise some people. I cannot stand watching high school plays, sideways passes and screen passes and draw plays, and I can't do it again. I'll fall asleep every week.
Put all that to the side, though. What's the most important thing in terms of this franchise moving forward?
Drake Maye.
The development of Drake Maye.
Correct.
Right? And I don't know how yesterday improved or helped that development at all for Maye. Again, 7 snaps. You don't want to play him with the first team, or you're taking the first team offensive line out there. Well, then I would say that ultimately, again, if the goal for the franchise is to become relevant and all that hinges on the development of that young quarterback, well, then have the first team offensive line go out there for a series or 2. You got to get this kid live reps. You have to get some experience under Drake Maye's belt. And again, you can say, oh, well, it was raining. We don't want to put him in there. You got to take the training wheels off. You got to let the kid play. You have to let Drake Maye actually get some reps. We haven't seen it in training camp with the first team the way that we were hoping for. Again, yesterday was supposed to be the opportunity. He winds up playing 7 snaps, the fewest of any young quarterback since 2021. How is he going to improve, and how is he going to elevate past the point of, you know what, this is a project, if he's not getting those reps and getting those opportunities? And if you know what, the kid falls in his face, well, maybe it's a learning moment too. And if he doesn't learn from it and he can't handle the adversity, guess what? You're going to find out a lot sooner that the kid doesn't actually have the capabilities of being a franchise quarterback, and you'll figure that out sooner than later as well. I don't see the downside in playing that kid more, and I thought last night only giving him that 1 series was a huge blunder by the team. I really did.
Look, it's the first preseason game. Okay, in reality, and we don't operate in reality here usually. It's usually bigger than that. But I'm just saying, I understand that it's 1 preseason game. And, okay, he didn't play a lot of snaps. Does that mean, the seasons he's never going to play? No, of course not. But what it does do is it speaks to their potential approach to just the game. What kind of culture they're going to cultivate under Drake Maye. And if it's a culture, and you use the word, and I'm going to use it too, of playing scared, and like you said, training wheels and kid gloves and all these different things. I don't want to live in that world in the NFL. I want them to attack. You have the number 3 overall pick. Quit babying them. Get him out there. Let the football player who you think is a baller because you picked him 3rd play and develop. You're going to be nothing until he develops. I don't care what type of offensive line you have. I don't care how many weapons you have. Until he develops, you are nothing. You have no chance. You are nothing. You need to get him out there. You need to get him reps. You need to get him ready, which I argued they should have made him a 4-month project. If he's a project, fine. A 4-month project, then he's ready to go by September 9th or whatever the date is. Get him out there and let him learn. Let him, put him in positions where he can struggle, where he can test his limits, where he can see, hey, maybe I am more capable more soon than I thought, or hey, I need to work on this. This is a reality check for me tonight. To not put him out there, I thought that's the way to phrase it. It was a wasted opportunity when you had a chance to give him some actual game reps and see how he handled it. He admitted he was nervous, too. He admitted he was nervous. That would have been a great way to test him and see how he adapted to those nerves. You can't do that after one series. You can't adapt to anything after one series, good or bad. That's not an adequate assessment of his development to at least game one of the preseason. That was disappointing.
Hey, if you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand right here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.